This is my husband, Jared.
This is my wife, Jenny.
And this is Pie Cottage.
Episode 6.
What?
We are over halfway to 10.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know how to math.
We live in Lubbock, Texas. We are both knitters. Just in case, you know, y'all are new here. We live in Texas. This way. Texas.
Texas! Yay!
Yay! We're a little Texas crazy, so.
A little bit.
See? But what have we been doing this week? Oh, and thank you to new and returning viewers. I should probably say that before we get started talking much. Yeah.
Probably.
If I don't write things down, I forget to say them. So, what have we been doing this week?
Not a whole lot. We,
did a YouTube live last week?
We did. We did a YouTube live. We did an Instagram live.
He stuck his nose in the camera on the Instagram live.
Stuck my nose up the camera. Camera up my nose, one or the other.
Didn't mean to.
Let's see. We went and saw the Avengers movie. Hopefully all of you have, because at the end of this episode, we're going to tell you the ending.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No spoilers, except for, in our opinion, it was awesome. Very awesome.
Probably the best movie that they've put out for the MCU. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna scooch a little closer.
Okay, gonna act like you love me?
I'm gonna act. Yeah.
Act. Do I need to scoot over a little bit, or are you good enough?
No,
okay.
You're good.
I painted my office. It is now no longer that brown. It is a pretty gray, and all of the trim. What are you making that look about the gray?
The brown.
Oh yeah, the brown is almost gone from this house.
Just mostly.
Mostly. There's a few touch-ups on the
Yeah,
ceiling.
I gotta do a few touch-ups, but nothing.
We had to paint. He had to paint the ceiling because she painted the ceiling brown too.
And it's a popcorn ceiling too. So I don't know if any of you have ever tried to paint a popcorn. Well, it's not technically popcorn.
It's a textured.
It's a textured.
Looks
ceiling.
like popcorn.
Looks like popcorn textured ceiling. If anybody's ever tried to paint it before, you know the bane that was my existence.
Yeah, but only out here in the great room. Everywhere else is still white.
Yeah.
But when
living room, dining room, kitchen was just a.
At the end of the day, when he was done painting the ceiling, he'd come home and he'd have little specks on his contacts, all in his hair, his eyebrows, all over his face. But I guess that's what happens when you're constantly looking up doing this.
Yeah. And yeah, I know they make telescoping rods to where you're not standing directly under it to paint, but
we didn't want to spend that money.
That costs money.
We just put it on the end of a broom handle.
The lady who sold us the house left a broom handle in the garage, so I just used that.
Yep.
Okay.
What are you drinking?
Wah wah. Nothing.
Aww.
It's all gone.
It was coffee.
It was coffee. It was
what cup?
In my Las Vegas cup that I bought in Las Vegas. It is my Black Rifle Coffee Company, the Thin Blue Line coffee. So, this episode brought to you by caffeine.
Yes.
If you have a way to get a hold of some Black Rifle Coffee Company, it is amazing coffee.
And it's owned by a veteran.
Yes, it is veteran owned. I believe they're out of Salt Lake City, is where they're based at.
Small.
The Thin Blue Line it's a good dark roast, but it's not that bitter. It doesn't have that bitter taste to it.
But it was in support of cops.
Yes. The proceeds from it go towards supporting different police organizations, which we fully support.
Yes.
So...
You have a question for me, maybe?
What are you drinking?
Thank you. I am drinking Hawaiian coffee. I don't know the brand. I don't remember the brand. But it's coconut. Not coconut. It is macadamia nut and vanilla with coconut creamer. But it's in my Schlitterbahn cup. I don't know. Schlitterbahn. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of it, but it's an awesome, awesome water park here in Texas. They have been on the Travel Channel on the top 10 best water parks several occasions, but they don't show the old park that we go to a lot.
It's all the newer parks.
Which the new parks, the rides are great, but the lines are awful.
There is one that's not in Texas. There's one in Kansas City.
Yes, Kansas City, Missouri.
The one in Kansas City is all. The difference is
it's a resort.
You've got the old park, which is in New Braunfels, Texas, and then all of the other parks, including another one that's in New Braunfels, are new parks which use pool water. Mm-hmm. The old park is river fed, so it's all water coming off of
cold.
I think the Kamal River.
Guadalupe.
The Guadalupe and the Kamal.
Mm-hmm.
There's two different rivers that feed the water park. And so, they filter it. They get all the fish and the alligators and the snakes and the...
Still get leaves, but it filters out the animals.
You have leaves. There's no animals in it. And, it's an awesome park.
You get a big black tube, you get in line, and it's constantly moving because you get in and you go. And it's mostly tube chutes. There's a few body slides and stuff. But the one in New Braunfels, there's two new parks that are in addition to. So you pay one admission ticket and you can go to all of the ones there in New Braunfels. Our favorite ride that we go to in the new part is you get in and it's a whole bunch of tube chutes, and then when you get to the end, it takes you up a conveyor belt. You just stay in your tube and then you go back to the top and you go do it all over again.
Yep.
And the one in Corpus Christi, the entire park is like that.
Yep.
You take the conveyor belt up to the top, you tell the lifeguard which ride you want to go on, and they take and it lets you down.
And there's several entrances, so you don't ever have to stay in a line for that one in New Braunfels. So you just, like she said, you just grab your tube, you get in, and you float. And they got some little rapids, and
it's a lazy river with drops.
Yeah.
So
it's a good time.
Yes.
We're gonna be heading there this summer.
Yes, we go every summer.
Every summer.
Every summer since I was 6. So consequently, our kids have been going since
every summer since I was 22. So
Monkey went right before her 2nd birthday, and Stinkbug went right before his 2nd birthday too. And they have tubes that have got bottoms in them, so they can't go through the tube
for the smaller kids.
Right. So life jacket in the tube, and the rides are not.
Or the teenagers who want to be ironic and use the baby tubes.
Yeah.
So,
but, well...
What else has been happening?
Tuesday, our MAL and our KAL started. Yay!
And there's already an entry for the KAL.
Yes, in the Cozy Up. Somebody's already finished a Chrissy shawl. That was just released last week.
I want to check if there's anything in the MAL.
I don't think there is.
Well, let's find out. So, like she said, we started our MAL and our KAL. The MAL is benefiting the Ronald McDonald House. Mm-hmm. The KAL is just to have fun.
Yes.
So, I'd have to log back in.
2, 3. So we both went through our stash and pulled a skein apiece that we are going to give away as prizes for the MAL. I am going to give away a Miss Babs. And I love this colorway, but I don't think that I will ever knit it.
What's the name of the colorway?
The colorway is Blooming Pansies. It's on our Hot Shot base, fingering weight. 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards. But I already have a lot of things knit in this color because when I first started knitting, these were the colors I gravitated towards. Like I have a lot of this pinky purple color. So this had been, I will say this had been skeined up, but it had been caked up. I reskeined it and put the thing back on. So it is still brand new yarn. Because I was going to use it and changed my mind.
And I picked out this Malabrigo yarn. It is the Arakita colorway on the Machida base. So there's that. And this has never been caked up. It's always, I bought this right at the beginning of our knitting adventures, and
he didn't have a clue what he was buying.
I can't think of anything to put it in. It's a single ply.
100% merino. Sorry, go ahead.
It's 100% merino superwash, 100 grams, 420 yards. Single ply in probably what, a fingering?
Machetta. It's the base, but yeah, it's a fingering.
It's a fingering.
It's a fingering single ply.
So I love the color. I just have zero idea what to do with it.
It was back when we didn't
know much about yarn.
Yeah, we knew the weights. That was about it.
Yeah.
So it was back before he figured out he really cannot knit with fingering.
I have a real hard time with fingering. My fingers like get all tingly and start going to sleep. So, and to be honest, they do that with worsted as well. So it's just a matter of like having to hold something so small that it just kind of ends up hurting my hands. So this is going to be one of the giveaways for the MAL. And is yours for the MAL or the KAL?
It's for the MAL.
Okay, so they're both for the MAL.
And then
what else do we have?
Bag for the MAL. It's one that I made. It's a boxy bag.
Zebras?
Yes. It's a sock one. These never want to stand upright without having yarn in them. But there you go. Zebras. And we're going to be chunking these in prizes randomly, but here, you want to take a few of these?
Yeah, I'll take some.
Okay. They are little beaded stitch markers. We have a ladybug. Well, if she'll stay the way she's supposed to. There we go. We have a ladybug, and it comes with 6 stitch markers, and the ladybug is a progress keeper.
We have a little mushroom, and again 6 stitch markers, and the mushroom is your progress keeper. These are all sets that we sat at our dining room table and meticulously built.
Yes.
So.
And yeah, they used to be in the shop, but I pulled them because I was making more of the polymer clay. So, this way. Then we have a blue mouse as your progress keeper and 6 beaded stitch markers. So it keeps it from snagging your project when you're using it.
A little hibiscus flower. Again, same 6 stitch markers and a progress keeper. Oh, that turned.
I quit selling these because putting the little beads on was taking forever.
Yeah, and the beads are super glued on.
Yes.
So they shouldn't slide around. They shouldn't come loose.
Then we have a penguin. I don't know if y'all can see that very well. There we go.
Well, where are you going with it?
I'm going to figure this camera out eventually. But yeah. Progress keeper is your penguin, and then you get 6 stitch markers. Those will just be thrown in randomly.
Yep.
And prizes. And we had a donation from Talbot Fibers. She donated her Hugs and Snugs sock pattern. 2 for each month that we have the MAL going.
So May through November, we are going to
give away 2 each month.
Every month for the MAL. So get your entries in there for May, so that way you can get the pattern.
Yes. And she so graciously gave us the pattern too, and I want to cast these on. I want to cast some on for Stink Bug.
What weight of sock is it?
Fingering, but
Finger?
It can easily be converted, and it's also cuffed down, but it can be converted easily to toe up. And she's got 56 stitch count, so you could probably do that with DK.
Okay.
Maybe we could. It'd be easy to configure.
Yeah.
Because what else? What did she say? Oh, any multiple of 2 stitches.
Okay then.
So as long as it's an even number, you can manipulate it the way you want. So that's all we have. You want to talk more about what the MAL's about?
Sure. We've said it before. We can say it again. It's not a big deal. The MAL is supporting the Ronald McDonald House. And again, for those who don't know what the Ronald McDonald House is, it is a house that is typically set up within the vicinity of a pediatric ICU or a neonatal ICU.
Or even just where kids get hospitalized for, like near cancer center for kids too.
Sure. Anywhere where kids are going to be in the hospital for an extended period of time.
Major hospital.
Okay, a major hospital dealing with major health issues. And what it does is it provides room and board for the parents or the family of that child that's in the hospital, so that way they don't have to worry about renting a hotel room, or if they live an unreasonable distance away that they would have to drive back and forth every day. And it just takes that burden off of a parent's mind so they can focus on their child and their child getting better.
And they don't have to constantly eat hospital food or out to eat, because they also provide meals.
Yes. Ronald McDonald House provides food and meals for the people staying there. Mm-hmm. And what the MAL is just trying to get more people to donate to it. Whether it's toys, food,
anything you can make.
Anything you can make.
Including making time to volunteer. If
you can spare the time to go up there and cook a meal, or just, help out in some way. Obviously, clear the volunteer work through the people who work there. Don't just show up and hang out.
Yeah.
But anything you make. So knitting, crochet, sew, felt, bake,
cook,
build, cook, whatever.
Make goodie bags for the parents.
Goodie bags for the parents. Quilting, anything. If you can make it and you want to donate it, then that would be an entry in the MAL. If you buy something and donate it, that's great.
Go ahead and do that.
Go ahead and do it. You can even take a picture and put it in, but those entries won't count for the giveaways. Only if it's actually made will it count. And so that's what we're doing. And I've started my first project for it.
You want to talk about yours?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to talk? Okay.
Let me do mine real quick. I am doing probably my favorite toy pattern.
You like
so
Susan
far.
Claudino in general.
I do. Susan Claudino.
She has a ton of
Susan,
toys.
if you watch this show, which I doubt you do, but if you do,
it's awesome if you do.
That's great. I love your patterns. I love your toy patterns.
They're easy to follow. This was our very first knitted toy ever, and it's so easy to follow.
I can show this whole part. I'm making a bonbon. So it's an adorable little bunny. It's got giant feet, floppy ears, and let me fold that.
It's got a bunny butt.
It's got a little bunny butt.
And at Easter time, No Makers puts out little skeins of that color that she calls bunny butts, because it was her yarn that was used.
So this is, as far as I've gotten so far, is one of the feet. Now, let me see. Do we have something for size compare? Give me your unicorn cake slice. Okay. So unicorn cake slice, bunny foot. So.
And you are using Knit Picks Comfy Worsted, which is a 75% Pima cotton, 25% acrylic on the whisker base.
Yes. That's what I'm using there. And I've also got, and I don't know what portion of it exactly is going to be this. Is same yarn, same weight and everything on their carrot colorway. So this may be like the majority of it, and then maybe I'll do an ear with this color.
Ear in the bunny butt?
Maybe an ear in the bunny butt. I may just use white for the bunny butt. I don't know. I
have white.
We'll see.
Not the same weight. So
just some part of it, I'll do the orange. And I think it's fitting that it's the carrot colorway. And I'm making a bunny. So that is going to be my first entry. I just cast this on Thursday night. And I'm hoping that every 2 weeks I can make either the bonbon or maybe one of Susan Claudino's squids.
Yeah, we have KAL and MAL.
I've got the KAL and MAL patterns.
We have another one. I have a few, but I also want to buy the wasabi one, which is the whale, and I think the whale would be really cute too.
Yeah.
And that's a one color, so.
Yep. So that is my first project for the MAL. I
am making like little toys for like newborns and toddlers. He's going for more of the bigger kids. But, oh, here's the other one that we own that you can make bigger. Fairy Cakes by Susan Claudino. So, I have made one out of fingering and it was about this big. It was so cute. But he could make some in worsted weight too. And they'd come out huge.
Fairy cake?
Yes.
Yeah.
I made an owl puff. Isn't it cute? It's by Jenna. I don't want to mess up that name. Kruper. So I believe it's free. I don't remember. I've had it in my library for a while, and I don't remember if I got it free or if it's. I know I got it free. I don't remember. I don't know if it's still free. But anyways, I made a little owl this way. So, and I decided to opt not to do the white felt behind the eyeballs because this is for babies and toddlers. And the felt is not stitched down. So I did not want to take the chance of the toddler ripping it off and eating it.
That would be bad.
But I have safety eyes in there, so those should stay. But I used, for the body of it, same base as what he's using, but mine is in the Vinca colorway. Vinca. And then for the top, I'm using the same thing that he's using in the Whisker colorway. Which is hilarious that you picked Whisker.
Whisker and carrot to make a bunny.
So, but there's my owl. And then the orange in the middle for his beak is, what is it?
Is it the carrot?
No, it's conch on the Kotlin, which is a DK. And this one is cotton and linen.
And one thing we would ask for the make-along is anything that you do make out of yarn or material or whatever, make it with cotton, acrylic, linen, something that children most likely won't have an allergy to. I don't know if there is
easy to clean.
I don't know if there are wool allergies, but I wouldn't want to take that chance, you know, of a small child getting it and maybe it make a bad problem worse or a new problem show up. So if you do make something, please make it with cotton, linen, acrylic.
Just not wool.
Not wool. Not silk, because silk would be too expensive, I would imagine.
Well, you could do silk, but just something that's easy to clean and kids aren't going to have an allergy to.
Right.
But, so my plan is to make either one little stuffy each week, because you have the owl puffs, but I also have this pattern, which is by Rebecca Danger, and it is bunny nuggets. But I plan on doing either an owl puff or a bunny nugget each week, and or preemie hats, like preemie or baby hats. But let's see, what is this? All of these hat patterns I'm going to show you are free. This one is Preemie Beanies by Kate Preston. This way. So there's that one there, and this one is on worsted weight. This one is on worsted weight, and this one is called Jedi Preemie, which I thought was appropriate. But it's by Bonnie Ludholm, Fiber Chronicles. But this one was free. So this one has 3 different sizes, I believe. Yes, this one has for babies 1 to 3 pounds, 3 to 5 pounds, and newborn. But I have to show you this picture. Oh my goodness, look how teensy tiny that is. I mean, you could whip that out in like 30 minutes or less. Well, I could. I don't know if he could.
About a week.
And this one is on worsted weight too. And then you have Preemie baby beanies, and this one is a fingering weight one. And this one is by, I don't know. It doesn't say, but it's free. I went in and typed in preemie, see what I could get, but air conditioner kicked on. So, but there's some ideas, and Susan Claudino has a ton of toy patterns, and there's some free toy patterns too that you can knit. Hats. If you really want to and be a extra credit type person, knit baby sweaters. Make baby blankets.
Well, whatever you want to make,
yeah,
out of whatever material you want to make it out of, as long as it's cotton, linen, or acrylic.
Yeah. Also avoid peanut butter.
Yeah.
Avoid nuts if you're going to bake or cook. I know that's like a major allergy, but
yeah, that's one of the new major allergies.
Yeah.
It used to not be such a problem. I know people have had peanut allergies probably since peanuts were peanuts, but
it just seems like a lot more.
Yeah, it seems like it's cropping up a lot more, or maybe they're just making a bigger deal out of it than what they did when we were younger.
Maybe it's just gotten more press on it.
I don't know.
So.
But now it's like just hearing about peanut butter will send somebody into anaphylactic shock, it seems. So
stop. Our son,
or at least that's the way the schools purport it to be.
Well, there are some kids that if they touch anything that has had peanuts on them will go into anaphylactic shock.
Granted, but I would imagine that severity of an allergy would be the exception and not the rule. I don't know. I don't have food allergies. Our son has one food allergy that we know of. Two. He's
allergic to raw eggs. Only raw.
Oh, yeah.
And
shellfish, as far as we know.
Shrimp. We don't know about other ones. Yeah, we're not wanting to test that one.
We're not testing the waters on that yet.
No, shrimp, he gets hives and his throat starts to close. So we're just not going to test any shellfish at all. And then raw eggs.
Raw eggs is kind of funny.
Yeah. Because we make eggnog every year, non-alcoholic, at Christmas time.
Sans the rum.
Yeah. So it's eggs, milk, vanilla, ice cream, and sugar. And we always have that Christmas Eve, usually. In my family. That's the way I grew up, and I think they...
fly specks.
Yes, which is nutmeg.
So...
But we let him have it, and he projectile vomited across the room. And we thought, well, maybe he's just too young, too much sugar. So we tried it again the next year, and he had hives. So we just avoid raw eggs. He can have cooked eggs all day long.
Oh, yeah. It's just raw eggs. Which I guess that one's a kind of a common allergy, too.
And there's certain shots that he can't have because they have something to do with a raw egg allergy or something like that. I think
some protein that's in it is similar to what you would get from raw eggs. And now it's time for Faux Party.
Do you have any faux? I should have known better than to ask that question. Well, I have 3.
Just so we're all clear, and I can admit this because the first step to solving a problem is admitting that there is a problem. I am a slow knitter. I can't focus on something over there and just be constantly knitting. Okay, I have to look at it, I have to watch, otherwise I'll split stitches, I'll drop stitches, and I'm okay with that.
He's also not a long haul knitter either.
I'm not. Like this project I'm working on here, I might do one repeat and then put it away. And then tomorrow I'll do a repeat and put it away. So,
but I have 3 faux. You already saw one, which was the owl puff. Isn't that cute? And I finished my Katie shawl. Little man just hit the wall. His room is like right here, sharing this wall. Katie shawl by Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters. I finished it. Yay! And my colors were Artistic Lily, If You Rest, You Rust. And this is how much I have left. Which is why I didn't get all the repeats done on the last section with this, because I didn't have enough left. And my other color was, my contrast was by Yarn Carnival. And it is the Time Traveler colorway. I have this much left of that one. And they're both 100% superwash merino and fingering weight. But I need your help with this one because it's so big.
Who are you asking?
You.
Oh.
Who else am I asking?
I don't know.
There's nobody else here except, well, y'all, but y'all can't reach through the camera and help.
1 second. Half a second. Okay. I wanted to finish that side of the row.
Okay. So, starts here. Goes like this. And then here's your other end. Now then, okay.
It's Dorito shaped. If anybody
It's
was
an
curious.
asymmetrical. And I love these. I love this shape because you start at this point and knit across, and then this is your bind off here on this side. But anyways, on the last eyeball section, you're supposed to have 5 here. I only have 3 because I was going to run out of my main color and I didn't want to have just 4. I wanted to have an odd number. And then to avoid Garter Island again, I threw in some eyelets on this side. But I did 4 rows of eyelets over here. And I love it. It is super squishy and big. And I just love it so much. And Jamie said she doesn't know how to wear these asymmetrical shawls. So here we go, Jamie. And it's not going to be centered. So
Wearing a Dorito 101.
No, it's not. It goes this way. It is not a Dorito.
It's Dorito shaped.
It is not Dorito shaped.
Hey, all y'all out there, is it Dorito shaped, yes or no? It is a wonky triangle, that's a Dorito.
Anyways.
Fact.
But this is how I wear them. But I love this shape because they're long and you still have a little bit of a dip. So you can get them long without having like 400 or 500 stitches, sorry. 400 or 500 stitches at the end because of the way that you knit it. But it is asymmetrical, so it's not straight. So it's not even, which is weird because I typically love things even all the time. But I love this shape. So there's that one. But wait, there's more. I have more. Da, 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 da. I'm quite proud of myself this week because I only worked on these 2 projects. And then I cast on stuff after I cast these off. But this next one is my Koi Pond by Casapinka. I used all Miss Babs yarn. And my main color was this. And this is all on her Yummy 2-ply base. And it's 100% superwash merino. This one is Ansel. This was my main color. And then these, it was a gradient set. Hold on. It's come unwound. These were my contrast, and this is what I have left. These were 133 yards a piece. But that's what I have left. And I can tell y'all the names because I have them. Let's see. This one is called Muchness.
There's too much of that.
This one, it was an Alice in Wonderland inspired. This one is Have I Gone Mad? This one is Entirely Bonkers. Then we have Two Days Slow. nope. That one was Curiouser and Curiouser. That's what this one was. This one was 2 Days Slow. And
are all of them Alice in Wonderland?
Yes, it was a Alice in Wonderland set. And then this one is 6 Impossible Things. And here, they each came with individual tags, but I'm just going to show you this one because this is all your information. But the set was called Follow the Rabbit. And this yarn is amazing to knit with. It is so soft. Oh my goodness. So y'all want to see? It's what Jared so lovingly called the shawl of many colors. It's pretty and it's bright. And I kind of hacked this one too. Okay. So this one started here, and I have not woven the ends. It's been blocked. I just haven't woven the ends because there are 12 million ends. And I got tired of weaving in ends. So it starts from here and goes, can you help me? Slowly. And then there's your end. So, bit of lace work here. You can let it go now. And then here on the end, she actually called for a lot more of each color. And every other color was going to have a lace repeat in it. I did not want to do that because at this point I just wanted to get it done and I wanted it off, and I didn't want to have lace on the end because then you have to get the lace wires out and you have to block it with the lace wires, and that takes forever, and I just didn't want to do that. And you have to keep reblocking it usually because it'll shrink back up. But I love it. And again, I'll show you how to wear it. This one is really long, and I'm short. I'm like 5'3". So
below sea level.
So this one is really, really long. And you could double it up if you wanted. And I might do that when it actually gets hot here. If it actually gets hot here. Cold, not hot. Cold.
I don't know why
it's hot
you
now.
wear a shawl when it's hot.
I don't know. Oh, I've got it on upside down. Let's try this again, shall we? There we go. It goes this way. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of matches my shirt.
Yeah, it does.
How did I do that again? Oh, duh. That's why, because I twisted it. Duh.
She's gonna figure it out sooner or later.
It's easier when you're standing up. Especially when you're short like me. But anyways. Just like that. Yay. So now I can have bright colors in the summertime.
Wintertime.
Winter. It's almost summer now here. Can you tell I'm really, really ready for summer? I homeschool and I'm ready to just be done with school. And we still have 2 more weeks. Okay.
For one of them.
Yeah, the other one's done.
Yeah,
She's just waiting on her test.
Monkey's done.
Just waiting on her test date, which soon. But, and then there's your ends. They just dangle. So you could wrap it around again if you wanted, but I probably won't. I'll probably leave it long. But I love it.
I love you.
You don't love my shawl?
I wouldn't wear it.
Oh, because I said I love it, and you said I love you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I love you too, dear.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, we also have a zebra bag for the KAL, for the Cozy Up KAL.
Oh, so there's one for the MAL and the KAL?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will probably make other bags too. And we have some prizes on the way. And we will show you those as we get them. But that is all my faux. Like I said, I am quite proud of myself. I finished stuff. I didn't cast on more and not finish. Now when we get to the next section, when we start talking about whips, I cast on a lot. just did. Okay.
Ow.
Isn't that cute?
It is cute. Little owl puff.
And you embroider the beak on. I'm not really great at embroidering, so I winged it. Get it?
Dork.
So, so that's it for Faux Party. Now it's time for Snack Attack.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm thirsty, but I don't want anything here. So let's go on a road trip. And we'll take y'all with us.
We'll take you with us.
We're headed to get tea. Y'all want to come along for the ride?
We'll show you where we live.
Yay!
Not where we live, but the city.
Yep. Okay. Here we go.
works.
Yep.
And we're here. See y'all inside.
So this is all of their hot teas that you can get. You just grab one of the canisters and hand it to them, and they will brew it for you. And they have other things besides just tea. Those are different flavored sugars. We've got a little book there.
Hey, here's your favorite.
Which one?
After dinner mint.
Yeah, after dinner mint. I really enjoy that one. So this is their hot tea section. And then over here is their tea bar. These are all brewed here in the store. And just the different flavors that you can get. And we've talked about these flavors before. So you pick what size you want, you get your ice, and then you can fill it up however you want. What are you getting, babe?
I got mostly unsweet coconut with a little bit of sweet.
Okay.
And then little man loves lemonade.
Over here they got some other merch that you can buy. Ooh, their honey. Their honey is so good.
What kind do you want? You want your usual?
Yeah. You can buy it by the gallon. And they haven't marked what it is, so that's just traditional. You got an unsweet coconut there. You can buy pretty much all their flavors as a gallon. But this is tea to go.
I made monkey and Arnie Palmy.
There we go.
Like stick bug used to call it.
Let's see what else they have here. Got some candies. Oh, yes. But this is the other thing that is really good here. They're honey sticks. Can't really see the flavors there. There we go.
And we're back.
Got our tea, got our muffins.
Yep.
We're ready to chow down.
See y'all later.
And we're back.
So, what'd you think? And mind you, it looks like Lubbock is tiny, but that's just one side of town.
Yeah.
And we live on, like...
We live on the northwest side of Lubbock.
Mm-hmm.
Tea to Go is on the southwest side of Lubbock. So it's a long straight road, and that's only one long straight road.
Yeah.
So
And-
we promise Lubbock is bigger than just that.
Yeah, and that's one of the main roads here in Lubbock, but it's like the last main road before you go downtown.
Right.
So we live like on the edge of town.
Yes, just inside the city limits,
Right.
actually. So,
But
So-
as you saw, we got tea
got our tea.
from our favorite tea place. And we got Murphins.
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 What did you get?
I got a blueberry crumble.
She got the blueberry. I got
Double
the chocolate.
Double chocolate. because-
Double chocolate.
Yes.
So
We're not going to eat this whole thing here.
no,
but
no, but I am going to have a bite of mine.
look. Doesn't that just look good? Mm-hmm. My favorite part is this top.
So you're saying you like the muffin top?
No.
Good news for this guy.
I like your muffin top.
We're going to edit that part out.
No, we're not. Nope. We're not. It's staying in. But Stink Bug got a lemonade and a double chocolate. Monkey got an Arnie Palmy, which is what Stink Bug used to call Arnold Palmer's. He couldn't say the word, so it came out Arnie Palmy. So that's what we just call it. But it's half sweet tea, half lemonade. And it's so nice that Teas to Go has started doing lemonade because now we don't have to go somewhere else to get Stink Bug a drink.
We used to have to go to Sonic across the street to get him a drink.
Or he was stuck drinking water because he doesn't do tea. It's because he wasn't born here in Texas.
Yeah. More's the pity.
Now it's time for
Whip it. Whip it good.
So what you whipping up?
Oh, you know. Just my need.
What?
That's what I was working on while she was going on about her foes. So that's how far I've gotten thus far.
Sorry,
So,
I have
Austin
to.
Powers moment there.
I'm having to text Monkey to tell her to put on headphones because I'm going to be talking about a Christmas present I'm working on for her.
So there's my Thneed.
She's over here in her room, by the way, so it's not like I'm texting her to tell her to put on headphones and she's not here.
Well, that would make
Yeah.
sense. Yes.
So that's what I was saying.
figured-
She's here in the house.
I
but
figured that they gathered that she was in the house. So that's how far I've gotten. I have one sweater done. One sweater somewhat done, or started, I should say. And this is what I was working on when I said that I can do one repeat and then I put it away typically. It is a, let's see, for the size I did, it is a 6-row repeat, I think. 7-row repeat. It's a 7-row repeat. On your 7th row, you do an increase. And this is the Brownstone. Brownstone?
It's by Jared Flood.
By
Where's
Jared
your pattern?
Flood.
Is it not in your...
No, I think it's over there.
He has the bag.
I have a bag. I have a pattern.
He just doesn't keep the pattern in the bag.
No, who does that? I know. I know.
Normal
Everybody.
people.
Everybody.
Well, no, Dan doesn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes Dan doesn't.
So, I do believe it is the Brownstone pattern. I've showed it on here before by Jared Flood. It is in the Knit Picks Marine Heather worsted weight. And I've got
It's 100% superwash merino.
100% superwash merino, all of the yardage,
231.
all of the grams.
50.
So, and I got about 47 skeins to do this sweater out of.
No, you do not.
So, I'm gonna let her go now. I'm gonna keep working on
Are
this.
you
I don't
done
know
with
what
that?
was. Yeah.
Okay. I have cast on for Haley's Little Mermaid socks for Christmas. But these are Ariel and these are Ursula. Desert Vista Dye Works on her fingering weight sparkle base. see. We have Little Mer's on body. There's the, yeah, there's the tag. And I haven't gotten too far because I can only work on it when she goes to bed. But since she is 15, she stays up later now. This one is the C's on body. And I am doing one sock of each because she likes to have mismatched socks. I don't know why. It's got to be a teenage thing. It's got to be a teenage girl thing. And
yeah, when I do it, it's tacky.
Because you're an adult. You shouldn't do that. And I do your laundry. I don't do hers. She does her own, which is really nice. But I should have more than enough yarn to not only do socks, but I also want to do some hand warmers and a bun hat. A couple of bun hats. I should have enough. Or even just a headband, an ear warmer. But I want to make kind of a little set for her out of this. And these are both 100-gram skeins and they're self-striping. And I've only gotten 2 stripes on both so far because I'm not even done with the toes. But I like it. Hopefully, since it's Saturday night, she'll go to bed early tonight so I can work on these and at least finish the toe and get a couple of stripes in.
See, the beauty of all this is as parents, we could just say, hey, go to bed. And if she likes it or not, she's going to go to bed.
I might do that the sooner it gets to Christmas, but right now I'm not too concerned. But, and then the other thing I cast on is I am doing a hacked Sisters cowl. Again, by the Cozy Up with Stitchin' Sisters. I'm going to do this one in one color in the speckled, and I'm only doing the eyelet section. And this is by Barn Owl Yarns. Excuse the C4. That's when it was going to be color 4 in another project, and then I didn't like it. It was too variegated. But this, it's the Silky Single Ply. 70% superwash merino, 30% silk, 400 yards, 100 grams, in the colorway Picture It, Sicily. Now, I do not watch Golden Girls. I just don't. I picked it because I liked the colors. And it's really pretty. It's variegated, but it's kind of a soft variegated. It's kind of muted. And I have gotten 3 eyelet repeats done. But I love it. It's so pretty and it's gonna be so soft and squishy. So I have a very bright out there 3-colored one, and then I'll have a very muted one. And I'm really thinking that I might even do a 3rd one and just do the what section is it? The very first section that you do. The lace mesh and broken seed. Because I love the fit of this so much. No, there is no I don't. For sure, I am not going to do one that is just the lacy zags. It's just not happening. Because I have to concentrate too much. But it's in my coffee bag that I made for them, so I thought it was appropriate. But yeah. And that's all the faux I have. Can you believe it? Only 2. And they're both brand new.
We're on Whip It, not the whole party.
Whip It. Whip It. It's the only whips I have is 2. Can you believe that? And they're both brand new.
And I have one other, but I already showed that, and that was my bonbon.
You want to talk about your other one for your mom?
No, because I haven't messed with that in a while.
Okay. And actually, I have a 3rd one that will be a whip, like as soon as we're done here. It's my Jamie shawl. I'm finally going to cast that on because we are doing a Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters cowl. And I figure if I have 2 projects cast on, one of them will get finished before the end of the KAL. And I also have yarn picked out for a Chrissy shawl. That will get done too. But I'm going to do it in Knit Picks Swish Worsted on the Dove Heather, which is the same base he's doing his sweater on. It's also the same base I did my sweater on too, but I wanted because it's like got a lot of texture and it's gonna be big. It's on worsted weight. Calls for 600 yards of worsted weight yarn. So I figured, why not? What did I do with the, oh yeah. I'm gonna do it on a size 9. Calls for a size 8, but I'm gonna do it on a size 9 highest. Because I want it, I have more than enough yarn. And I just want it to not, I want it to be nice and loose and flowy. And I'm gonna use my unicorn progress keeper to mark the front side. And that will get cast on today as soon as we're done podcasting. And then that's it. That's all the whips I have. You want me to go ahead and talk about cast on itis before we move on?
If you have something for it, then yeah.
I only have one.
Don't.
But I am not caking up the yarn until I finish the sister KAL at least. Or the Jamie shawl, whichever one. But this is the Chrissy shawl, which, thank you, Jamie. She gifted the pattern to me. I was so excited. But I'm going to do it in a fingering weight because I do not have enough of the DK weight. And right now we are trying not to buy yarn because when we go on our little mini vacation while the kids are at camp, we're going to hit up a lot of yarn stores. So we're trying to be good and not buy yarn right now. So I wanted to use stash. So I am going to use Lamb Woman Knits this way on the Winter Mint base, or not base, colorway. This is going to be my main color, and this is just a sock base, superwash merino, and 20% nylon, 75-25. So, and it is squishy and nice and cheapy smell.
Hold on. It almost smells like sunscreen.
Okay.
Smells
so
good.
good. I am a wool sniffer too.
Is there anybody else out there who actually likes the smell of sunscreen?
I do. It's probably why I like the scent Honolulu Sun from Bath and Body Works, because it smells like sunscreen and coconuts.
But it was sunscreen and plumeria.
No. There's another one that has the plumeria, but I love plumeria too because those are all over the island over there. Islands. And then my contrasting color is Knit Picks Stroll Fingering Navy. And it's a 75-25 too. And I was going to use my grays because I have 12 million of them. But I couldn't find a main color that I liked going with it because I wanted a light speckle with a dark. So, and I really, really, really wanted to use this mint because I wanted one that was mostly mint. This minty blue. So I'm really, really excited about it. Monkey. Want to know if she can take headphones off yet. And I'll text her in a minute. But in this bag, and I have some more of these in the shop. This one didn't make it to the shop because when I put the interfacing on, it creased and I couldn't get it out. So I didn't want to put this in the shop. So now I have a Disney bag. But I do have a couple of these left in the shop and a sweater one. But these are big enough for 2 to 3 skeins. So, see, and you can fold down the sides so your yarn doesn't catch in your zipper, but there's more than enough space in there. So, this will get cast on at some point. It may be cast on by the next podcast because I might not be able to resist. We will see. But that's all I have. Do you have any cast on, Otis?
I do not.
Dee, 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 dee.
And now for something completely different.
Hey, Babs.
Yeah.
If you were to dress as a banana and eat a banana, is that cannabananism?
You're out of shot. Gotta pretend like you love me.
I do.
Okay.
So, I accidentally swallowed some food coloring the other day.
What?
I feel like I died a little inside.
Anything else in the news, dear?
Did you hear about the Mexican train robber?
No.
They say he had locomotives.
Is that all for breaking
That's
news?
it.
Okay then. Now it's time for
My precious!
Okay, I'm gonna go first this time so you don't hijack it
Okay.
like you did last time. So I was very good this last couple of weeks. I did not order anything. I do have 2 skeins that came in the mail, but I didn't order anything in the last 2 weeks. This I ordered back in March, and it took forever. But it's by Sheepy Fibers. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Here,
not
let me
really.
take it off. That might help. But I ordered this one because I wanted to make some Christmas socks. I know, it's really early, but
Still can't really see it.
no.
Is there a logo on there, or is it
It's
just...
just words.
Oh.
Sheepy
well,
Fiber Etc's, and she is on Etsy. This is the colorway Minty. It is 75-25% superwash merino nylon, 460 yards, 100 grams. But I thought it was very pretty. And this was a dyed to order. So, which is why it took a while to get here. But I love it. There's like little pops of red and little pops of green, and again, I know it's really early to be thinking about Christmas, but I think about Christmas 24/7, 365 days a year. That's just me. And on leap years, it's 366. When we first got married, he tried to fight it. He gave up. I put my Christmas stuff up November 1st. Our house turns into Christmas Wonderland November 1st. Like, that's a holiday in our house because the kids don't do school on that day. Because we're putting up the Christmas decorations. I figure if I'm going to put that much effort into transforming the whole house, then I want to enjoy it for 2 months. And since I put it up early, equally, I take it down early. Like, it's usually down before January 1st. So, and then
She says that I fought and then gave up. What she means is it was a compromise. The year we had our Christmas stuff up and trick-or-treaters were coming around,
you were not going to be there.
I compromised. And I said, November, well, at least after Halloween. It has to be after Halloween. So her, in her connivingness, said, okay, well, November 1st. And
It's been that way ever since.
I just gave up.
Now, our first year back here in Texas, which was 2016, we did not get our stuff put up until after Thanksgiving. Because that was the year your parents came for Thanksgiving and they don't do Christmas.
Yeah.
So in order to make them happy, I did not put it up. That year he said it did not feel like Christmas because we did not have the Christmas stuff up when we normally do. I have him on videotape saying that he will never fight me again about putting stuff up on November 1st. Because I actually waited until after Thanksgiving to put it up and he didn't like it. So I brainwashed him into really liking that I put it up November 1st, essentially.
And now we have her on video admitting to Stockholm Syndrome.
No. Anyways, do you want me to keep going? I only have one more.
No, let me do one. Alright. So I typically do some kind of coin. Some kind of currency coin.
Just go ahead and talk about all of them.
Okay.
And then I'll end with this one.
Okay. So what I have this episode, they are coins, but you can't buy anything with them. Because they are what's known as challenge coins. And this one, as it says, I got this when I was in Bagram, Afghanistan, February 2013 to June 2013, with the Combat Search and Rescue Unit that I was attached to in Okinawa. So I have this one, and the footprints, if you notice the green footprints there, and then the little man sleeping there also has green footprints, or feet. It was a tradition in these units that whenever you deploy for the first time with one of them, or whenever you leave the unit to go to another one, some might call this hazing. I don't consider it hazing. I consider it camaraderie.
It's also military, completely different.
Yeah. Basically, what happens is you get ambushed. You typically either get tied or zip tied.
Ambushed.
To where you can't get away. And in some instances, they come up with all sort of just foulness.
This just sounds like torture.
It's not torture. They come up with all sorts of just nastiness to dump on you, to throw on you, whatever. I'll get to more of that in a moment, because
it's all men too.
When I talk about what happened to me when I left Okinawa, and then
y'all look forward to it, don't you?
Yes. Yes, it is something that you look forward to, because if it happens, then that means they enjoyed working with you. That means that they appreciated you being there, and they were sad to see you go, in a way. So what they do is, after all that's done, they take your boots off, they take your socks off, and they spray paint your feet that green color. And they take one of the ceiling tiles out of the ceiling and stick your feet to it, to where you leave your footprints. And you write your name on it, maybe a little message, whatever. And it's your lasting impression on the unit. And I had it done twice. I had it done the first time I went to Afghanistan, and then I had it done again when I left Okinawa. And when I left Okinawa, getting to the foulness, I think they had some like bad tuna fish, some vinegar, like some week old lo mein noodles or something. I don't know.
He just stunk when he came home.
Oh, it was bad. It was so bad. And then they opened up the fire hydrant to hose me off. But so that was, and I've got two of these. One, like I said, from February 2013 to June 2013, and then November 2013 to March 2014. So those are my two coins for going to Afghanistan. And you said I could just do all of them? Okay. The next thing I have is actually 4, and these are more like poker chips than coins. But they are from the pararescue unit that we were there with. Pararescue is Air Force Special Forces, or Special Ops. They go in and extract wounded soldiers. They go in and help with medical evacs. That one's cool. Cheshire Cat wearing the pararescue beret. but their motto is that others may live. And it says it on the edge of the coin here. It says, these things we do that others may live. So I got 4 of those. This one is probably the best coin I ever got in the military. This was a coin given to me by the commander in Afghanistan. I think it was just the commander of our unit, the 455th Expeditionary Aircraft Maintenance Squadron. So there's that. And these are just like little bronze or some kind of cheap metal with a design and then lacquer over them. And then my last one that I want to show this time around is another coin from my Afghanistan time. That is not wanting to really focus. There we go. So again, you got Pedro here at the top. You got the outline of Afghanistan. Over here you've got the green feet. And then at the bottom, the 3-3 or the 33rd was our home station unit. So the 33rd Aircraft Maintenance Unit. And this was, like I said, from when I was in Afghanistan with that rescue unit. So that is my precious for this time around. And I've got loads more of coins. I may show some more next time around if I don't come up with something different. But that's my precious for today.
You were talking about how they show you, they do that because, shows you how they liked working with you.
Yeah.
It's like a little boy pulling a girl's pigtails because they like you.
No, it is not the same as that.
They cover you in gross stuff and spray paint your feet to say that they liked you.
Yeah.
And they're gonna miss you.
Yeah.
That is definitely a tradition that was made up by men. I'm gonna put that out there.
Really?
Yes. He stunk, and he'd already been hosed off when he came home, and he still stunk.
And I think I took a shower.
Yeah, you did.
Or I had at least rinsed off in the shower at work. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Your turn.
So my last precious is by Happy Little Yarn, who is she has a podcast too. She is a follower of us. She has ordered for me a couple of times. Her yarn is awesome. I mean, it is like super squishy and smells so good.
Mm-hmm.
And her speckles, oh my goodness. This is her Cactus Bloom. It's a fingering weight. That's the colorway is Cactus Bloom. It's a fingering weight, 75-25, superwash merino and nylon. And 436 yards per 100 grams. It's kind of blowing out because of that.
Yeah.
If I could get it in front of the camera.
That might help too.
Yeah. But this end. Oh my goodness.
It's not quite that bright.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
it's
maybe.
It's like highlighter.
It's not quite. But that is pretty close.
Yeah. There we go. Let it focus in. So, but go check her podcast out. She's 5 or 6 episodes. And, but this came in right after we finished podcasting the last episode. What are you looking at?
I was just checking for something.
Otherwise I would have shown it last week. Or last time. But I have no clue what I'm going to make with this. This will probably just sit in my stash for a while and marinate. I don't know what I'm going to make with it. But I definitely think it needs to be paired with a tonal maybe. Or maybe just a one skein something. I don't know. But it smells so good and it is so squishy.
I have one more to show.
Okay, hold on. She has an Etsy shop that is her hand dyed yarn, and then she has happylittleyarn.com where she sells other other yarn, like Life in the Long Grass and Hedgehog Fibers, and some that are kind of harder to get a hold of here in the States. More of the luxury ones, I guess. And I will eventually be placing an order with her on her other shop too. I just don't know when, because I'm trying to be really good right now, because I'm trying to save up the money for the yarn stores when we go down there, because there's a lot down in the hill country. So, and we'll be down in the hill country at least twice this summer, a minimum. No, 3. Because dropping the kids off at camp, picking them up at camp, and then vacation, family vacation with my side. So, but that's all I have for my precious.
I have one more.
What?
And he's right back here.
Oh, I forgot.
It's Launchpad McQuack.
Top figure.
For those of you who ever watched the DuckTales or Tailspin, I think it was both. No, DuckTales.
Was it DuckTales or was it Tailspin?
No, it was DuckTales.
Okay.
The pilot in Tailspin was Baloo, the bear. So I got this one. They've got a series of... Oh, and he was in Darkwing Duck, too.
Was he?
Yeah. He was in Darkwing Duck and DuckTales. They had him in a set with Darkwing Duck and Gosselin.
I thought Darkwing Duck was Daffy.
No, Darkwing Duck was... no, it wasn't Daffy.
Darkwing Duck, okay.
You know, I am the terror that flaps in the night.
No, I know, but I thought I didn't know that was Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So...
You learned something new.
Yep. So that's my precious is Launchpad McQuack.
So, y'all will probably see a lot of Wizard of Oz stuff. But this is the Dorothy, and it's actually an ornament, but I have never once hung her because she is actually porcelain.
So Madame Alexander, isn't it?
No. Oh. No, but this came in a set, and it has the Scarecrow and the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, and I think Glinda. Mm-hmm. And one more. Munchkin Mayor. But Wizard of Oz is like my all-time favorite movie. I have watched it since I was little bitty. And my grandpa taped it and would watch it with me every time I went. And he taped it around Easter because that's when it used to come on all the time. And so it always had the Cadbury commercial where it's got yeah, where it's got all the different creatures that are auditioning to be the Cadbury Bunny. So they still show that commercial to this day, but it's been around since like the 80s. So
I think it's been around longer than the 80s.
That and the McDonald's commercial where the kid's sitting at the piano and he does his piano recital because he was promised to get to go to McDonald's so he could get a Happy Meal. And so he's just sitting there thinking about all the things in his Happy Meal while he's playing, and it's quite funny.
Well, then at Christmas time you have the M&M commercial where they're sneaking through the house trying to see Santa.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
that's
that
still
was
around.
That was early 90s, I think, when that came out. I don't know. What are some commercials that you've been seeing since you were a child?
What about the Billy Crystal one? With McDonald's? It's either McDonald's or Burger King.
Billy Crystal commercial?
Yeah. No, it was a Pepsi commercial with Billy Crystal. And like he talks and then he opens it and he's like, Pepsi. He does one of his little shticks. I like Billy Crystal. I think he's hilarious.
All right.
But yeah, put down in the comments if y'all can think of some other commercials that y'all remember from when you were little. I remember the ones that still had the hamburger burglar in it.
Apparently that Cadbury Bunny one was 1994. I thought it was a lot older than that.
I did too. So maybe it was the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry. Had to do a quick Google.
So... I remember the McDonald's commercials with the hamburger burglar.
Oh,
when they were still like actual people running around.
The
and
hamburger?
Grimace. Yeah. And Grimace and the French Fry Kids. I also remember when McDonald's playgrounds used to be outside with metal. And you got really good at sliding down the slide on your feet instead of your rear end.
Well, yeah, you had to.
Yeah. Or the little merry-go-round where you had to run and push the button and then jump back on so you could ride, and it lasts for about 2 seconds, so you run and push it again. We were both born in the 80s.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's all I have for my precious. So now it's time for...
The tail end.
Wah, wah. Still not about our butts.
No butts.
Please go to our Ravelry group and join and go into the thread that says, hey y'all, because if you want to participate in the MAL or the KAL, you need to be a member of our groups.
Yes.
Our group, not groups.
Don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube, our Ravelry.
That's just join. You can't just go in and like it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. Thumbs up, no
So,
thumbs down.
yeah.
Give us thumbs up on YouTube.
Thumbs up. So like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Click the bell.
Click the notification bell so that way you are notified of notifications for notifying.
So you know when we upload.
Yes.
Because I think that we've decided we're going to try and put out blurps in between the podcasts.
Ooh, and pay attention for this one coming up. It's going to
Yes.
be interesting, to say the least.
On next Monday. It involves the children. It's going to be hilarious. It is not going to be about knitting.
It's going to be fun.
Yes.
I know what it is.
I know what it is.
Y'all don't.
Monkey and Stinkbug know what it is.
Yep. All right. So I think that is it for this week.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us. Happy knitting. Read your Bibles.
Yes. We'll see y'all. Bye.
Bye, y'all.